Hey everybody, I hope you are doing well. I'm Afefe with Touch by Tarot and Beyond. And per usual, I always check on, do a lot of politics here these days, but I always check in with you all for a pick a card reading for the new moon and full moon each month. So at least 2 pick a card readings. You all love them. I love doing them for you. It's a lot of work, but I love the challenge and I love the vibe. And when you give me your feedback, comments, which I welcome, as long as we keep things respectful toward me and also toward one another, that's all I ask. Okay, so we have, interestingly, we have a full moon in Capricorn coming on July 21st. I'm taping this on Friday the 19th. And what's really interesting, this is a second back-to-back full moon in Capricorn. In between that, we had the new moon in Cancer. So I went to Spirit and I want you to kind of tune your energy to the idea of, with Capricorn, we know that we're dealing with earthy energy. We're dealing with ambition, goals, growth, development, the pursuit of whatever that is, whether it's your spiritual pursuits, financial pursuit, pursuit of health, life, liberty, and justice, all of that. Think about the very often we see the memes and the pictures of a goat, a mountain goat, going up those steep climbs and never losing their footing, taking their time, step by step by step. That's definitely a Capricornian energy. And so thinking about the full moon in Capricorn between June, the end of June, around June 20th or so, and now July 20th with that Cancer new moon in between, what you are feeling towards family, your home, what makes you feel safe, nurtured, mothering energy, how all of those dynamics are playing out in your life, okay? So my intention when I went to Spirit, and if you're new to my channel, again, you don't know my process, I take about 30 minutes to prepare for these readings to tape you all, cleansing my decks, getting everything on the table, but I do not see these cards until I tape and interpret them for you. You have my word is my bond. So I just do it to save time, so you're not just sitting there watching me flip cards. So my intention as I went into this reading was, what is your evolution? What does your higher self, your spirit guides want you to know about your evolution during this time with this full moon in Capricorn, and especially keeping in perspective what things you may have seen grow and how you have evolved, certainly within the last month, or maybe even longer within the last 6 months or so. All right. So having said that, I'm going to bring you down on the table. If you're sensitive to movement, look away for a second. Let's come down on the table and we'll show you what we got. All right. I think we're good there. Oops, I knocked over one of them. All right, you all, let me push this back just a tad. Sorry about all that movement. I'm trying to get it stable. Okay. All right, you all, I think that'll do. So, and I think I'm going to put a little more light on there for you. Yeah, that's better. Okay, perfect. So I've got 3 piles in front of me. You're going to pick them based on the catalyst that Spirit led me to for you all. So pile number 1, it's going to be those of you who are drawn to this serpentine. All right, beautiful serpentine stone. That's pile number 1. Your evolution. What this full moon in Capricorn squeezed between 2 full moons in Capricorn squeezed between the new moon in Cancer. How you have evolved, your message from your higher self around how you are evolving or will evolve. Pile number 2 is the key. All right, if you're drawn to that key, pile number 2. And pile number 3, we have a rose quartz angel. That'll be pile number 3, if you're drawn to that rose quartz angel. All right? Okay, so take a moment. Think about it. Breathe on it. Very often people choose more than one, and I certainly understand that. Pay attention to your guidance if that's the case, because there's more than one message for you here, okay? All right, you all. So we're going to move in now. Let's put these over to the side. Piles 2 and 3. And let's go in on pile number 1, those of you who chose the serpentine. Let's see what your messages are and how you are evolving or have evolved this full moon in Capricorn, what your higher self, higher spirit wants you to know, your guides. You have the 3 of Pentacles that comes out right off the bat. And so you've been working perhaps working in groups, working collaboratively, and this could also be working within a business setting, but also your homes, the way that you're working together as a unit within your homes, or establishing some sort of unity within your home. We have the Six of Cups. That's a really beautiful complement to that Three of Pentacles, because the Six of Cups is very often, they call it a card of nostalgia, but you notice there, going from the child playing with the doggy to the adult playing with the doggy, this is evolution, and that is what this reading is about. So Spirit is saying you've done a lot of work in relation to understanding your life journey, your life path. I even love the way those cups are kind of lined up, from a path to childhood to adulthood, but the dynamic is still the same. All right, we have the Four of Cups. So at this time, some of you may be feeling like Four of Cups can be an interesting energy, because it's where, so you notice you've got three cups that are turned upside down, and then the one that's still up. The one that's up is what's being offered to you, but sometimes the focus can be on what's already gone by, what's already in the past. And so part of your evolution, I think, though, for you all, pile number one, what Spirit is saying here is that's sort of a healthy thing. You're understanding what has already, what's gone, what is no more, but you're also pretty optimistic about what work needs to be done, what you need from those around you, what you need from your life, what you need from your spirit guides, your spirit team, to stay positive around what's coming next. You have the Two of Pentacles. They call it Two of Coins in this deck. That is a choice that you may be making at this time. Partnerships. What types of people, what types of situations that give you balance, that allow you to juggle. Sometimes for some of you, this may be that juggling between your spiritual life and your day-to-day life, right? Keeping the lights on, keeping the bills paid, doing what needs to be done at the same time that you are evolving and growing your spirit. That would very much be reflected in the Two of Pentacles. You have the Watchers, transpersonal. This is your spirit team showing up and saying, we've got you. We talked about, when in the intro, I was talking about the goat and mountains, and the idea of having to make that climb, but knowing that you will get there. And there it is. Your spirit team are saying, we are watching you. We recognize that as you navigate, in fact, I'm going to put it over here with that Two of Pentacles, as you navigate both your spiritual life and your day-to-day life, we're with you all the way. We've got your back. We're on top of things for you and with you. We have the Blade. That's the decision making that you're having. And it is your ability to evolve and grow and be confident in your decisions. That's what Spirit is giving me. That's what I'm hearing here. It's the idea that there's a maturity. With the maturity that you've undergone, going from this childhood to an adult energy, the maturity has brought you an ability to be really decisive and to understand when you are faced with a choice, you may have to rely on those who are around you, going to that Three of Pentacles. So it's important for you to build your networks, or continue to nurture your networks that are supportive of you, the people who get you, the people who will tell it to you like it is, but always because they care about you. And check it out, you all. You've got the Mother energy that came. We talked about that Cancer new moon that was in between these two Capricorn full moons. That is confirming there's a nurturing that's happening to you and through you with the people you care about most. And there is an ability, your evolution is part of you understanding, for those of you who've had some issues in the realm of motherhood or being mothered, there's some understanding that you've gained as you've gotten older, and you've gotten really clear about it. That's your evolution. That's how you've grown. Because rather than just getting stuck in an emotional space, Four of Cups, thinking about what's lost or what could have been, you're up here on this Ace of Cups that's on the wings of an angel. I want to hold that up again, because that's just such a beautiful depiction. So on the wings of an angel, is that Ace of Cups, which says there's more to come. There's more to come. And you've got your mind set in that direction. And you've got your guides over here helping you out. You've got cleanse and release. Clear blockages to your system and let your energy flow. So that is a part of your evolution. Is the cleansing for some of you is mental. It is getting rid of mental clutter. It is getting rid of ideas that you've had about why things happen the way they did. You know, we all spend that time analyzing and processing. But for you all, it's a renewal that's taking place. It is your energy being refreshed, and it comes through that blade energy, that decisive thinking that you're having around, I understand I can't go back in time and change anything, nor necessarily do I want to. I understand it was a part of my path, but you're also making some decisions around life choices, life balance, work-life balance comes into play for some of you here. And again, your spirit team is right there. Now, you've got the blue moon and the unexpected. We've been getting hit with a lot of the unexpected lately with the astrological energies, you know, things that have been going on. But I think for you all, what Spirit is saying here is your evolution it grows by leaps and bounds based on your ability to adapt to the unexpected. That cleansing and releasing is like, for some of you, the things that you thought you could expect, the things that you planted the seeds for, the actions that you took. And also I feel like for some of you, this could have been an unexpected pregnancy when you were younger. It could have been unexpected pregnancy or news around pregnancy from a family member. And it also could relate to an unexpected departure of your mother or a mothering figure in your life. Those are things that have contribute, all of those things contribute to your evolution, is what Spirit is saying. That your understanding of what the mother stands for, and some of you may have been put in a position to have to step up as a mother, to nurture, to grow. And this is even in relation to business. There's a lot of home and family relation energy here, but it is also in relation to your business and how you grow yourself, grow your career. This is about your evolution and your total evolution. Going back to that Two of Coins, it is how you are evolving spiritually and in the physical realm. Now you've got watch and wait, the seahorse spirit that comes for you. So I think that ties into the unexpected as well, because I think what Spirit is saying here for you all is there's something on the horizon. There's something that's coming. I'm going to probably go in a little deeper on that and try to give you a better understanding of what that is. But that watch and wait is there's for the seeds that you've planted, for the work that you've done, for the goals that you've set for yourself, keeping in mind we're dealing with Capricorn energy, very much about ambition and our goals and the hard work that we do. There's something that's coming toward you that right now you're just in a watch and wait mood. And this says, oh wow, remember we talked about that Three of Pentacles at the start, and this says your message is, I surround myself with supportive people. There it is. Because we talked about that support in the home or career, the workplace, your friends, your tribe. You surround yourself with supportive people. And that could also be a part of what you're watching and waiting. You could be seeking out or reestablishing and reconnecting and giving some consideration to those who have always been in your life, going from the past to the present, or those that you are calling in. And that cleansing and releasing is understanding, who really is for you at this time, and whose relationships you still respect them. You're not throwing anything away, but it is still about moving into the next phase of your life so that you can evolve. This is all about your evolution, and it could be some unexpected shifts from those around you. So that's why you are surrounded, or you surround yourself by those who do take care of you. There's a message on the back I'll share with you. It says, surrounding yourself with positive, empowering relationships is important for physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. These are the people who support, encourage, and inspire you. They see your potential even when you don't. Consider who in your life consistently shows up for you. What have they taught you about yourself? And how can you connect more with the people who nourish you? Mothering energy. I swear you all, we can't make it up, right? You see how spirit comes together and gives these incredible, incredible messages. So holding that up in case you want to screenshot it. So this is, your evolution has a lot to do with both your independence and your reliance upon your network, upon the people in your immediate family, your immediate situation, as well as your social interactions, your spiritual interactions, your faith community, etc. And I've got a couple of little fortune telling cards here. And you have the eagle, and the arrow. And the eagle says triumph over any troubles or obstacles. Take that and stick it in your pillow at night, all right? And sleep on that. So there again, I'm going to put that over here with your watchers. This is your spirit team saying the eagle. And also remember, eagle medicine has the ability to see things at a great distance, to have a certain, to be able to look down on everything and see movements. So that's also a part of that watch and wait that you all got. But understanding that as you watch and wait, you will see and you will triumph over any obstacles. And then you have an arrow coming to confirm it. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. All right? Evolution. That's what Spirit wants you to know. You are on the right path, pile number 1. You're on the right path regarding some evolution of an aspect of your life. And that's also why you got that blade, because that blade is bringing clarity. All right. I thought I was going to have to go deeper on this for you all, but I don't. I think once we got those other cards, the total message came together. So the bottom line for you all, pile number 1 that chose that serpentine, your spirit team is saying your evolution at this time has everything to do with you putting your past into perspective. Who is still in your life, who has perhaps exited, and understanding without regret, without remorse, feeling more cleansed and refreshed by the idea that at this time what's most important is for you to celebrate and actually go after in a Capricornian way. Set a goal, have an ambition and a desire for yourself to have positive people in your life, supportive people in your life, people who get you, who are there for you, and to know that your spirit team is completely on board for you. They're looking out for you with that eagle medicine and that arrow. You will realize your goals, similar to the way the goat always does reach its zenith, its pinnacle. It has to take its time. Watch and wait. It has to take its time, and it has to be prepared for the unexpected. All right? All right, you all. That was so awesome, and I'm delighted and tickled to see how those cards came together and how Spirit gave that message. Please let me know how that goes, how that pings you. I always welcome your comments, okay? All right, we're going to move on now to pile number 2. Those of you who were drawn to the key. Let's check out your evolution, what your spirit team wants you to know about your evolution during this time of the full moon, the second full moon in Capricorn. The second full moon in Capricorn. Let's see what you have. You have the 7 of Swords coming straight out of the deck with the Queen of Pentacles. You know, some of you may be coming out of or learning to evolve from a situation where you poured a lot of your energy into something or someone that did not appreciate it, that maybe took it for granted, that maybe backstabbed you, that especially if this is work related, I'm feeling for some of you, this is office politics or worker politics or something where you weren't being dealt with on the up and up. We have the Seeker of Wands, or basically the Knight of Wands that comes. This is people around you. Spirit is saying, and I think that might also be why you were drawn to the key. And your 4th tarot card, Judgment, makes total sense. Ruled by Pluto, second chances, awareness. Whatever this is, because the 7 of Swords can often indicate some sort of deception, deceit, trickery, thievery, something where, and coming with that Queen of Pentacles, it feels like something that you poured your resources, your energy, your time, your love and attention, nurturing energy into that was taken for granted, or that was not treated with the respect that it deserved. And so there is a judgment here, and there is this Knight of Wands. There's some energy. The evolution for you all is there's energy coming. I'm feeling like it's coming on the spiritual end of things, where your spirit team is working behind the scenes to bring this to your awareness, even though it could be a little painful, because nobody likes, putting your best effort into something. I had to take a sip of water. Putting your best effort into something, pouring yourself into something, using your resources, being generous and giving of your time, your love and energy for somebody to just like screw it over. There's a closing a door here. That's a confirmation. There's closing a door here, and there's a completion. So again, spirit, the completion is a part of this judgment, that aha moment, that bringing it to your awareness, that Pluto. Whatever this was, pile number 2, and whoever this was, the door is being shut on it. And as that door gets shut, you have the corn. There's a timing aspect to here, for me here, that I'm getting from spirit. I'm feeling like this is moving into harvest season, the fall, the autumn, the corn. But also, on a metaphysical level, this is, spirit is confirming, you will reap the harvest that you were sowing based on the actions that you took. Again, whether this is work, personal, family, but whatever you've poured yourself into, and you may have discovered or will discover as part of your evolution, will discover something that's not on the up and up about it, that door will close. But that completion leads to a harvest. That completion is not meant to deplete you or anything being taken away from you. The only thing being taken away, pile number 2, is what could get in the way of the bounty that's due you. All right? Woo! Talk to me, spirit. These cards are coming together. All right? You see that? Lessons and blessings. I promise you, with everything in me, I have to stay on track when I'm interpreting you all. So I'm literally going, I don't even go here until I literally look down and pull the card, because I have to stay with what's in front of me. So I just get so thrilled when I see something like this, because there you have it. We were just talking about whatever this lesson is, the blessing comes behind it. It will not stop. This energy that you've put forth, your spirit guides want you to know in your evolution, it's not going to stop. It's just a timing issue. Look at that clock. Lessons and blessings. It's a timing issue. It's understanding and getting perspective. You've got the collective here. And it says all is connected. Collective growth, and you are supported. There's going to be, I think that's part of this harvest, there will be a new appreciation and other opportunities for you to continue to evolve and be a part of a collective that understands and supports you. A collective that really is of like mind and is just as committed to the ideals as you are. All right? You have realization. Oh my gosh, from another deck. I'm sorry for that little shadow from the ring light, trying to make it better for you. All right? Wow. Lessons and blessings that you will realize in the company of others, because this situation gets cleared out. A door closes on someone or something, and I'm also hearing that this could reflect self-sabotage. Every now and again, the Seven of Swords can indicate self-sabotage, where you're lying to yourself, to put it gently, right? Where your own self-doubt or talking yourself out of something, talking yourself out of certain friendships, collaborations, etc., can set you back. But even if that's the case, whether it's external or internal, it's coming to a stage of completion. The door is being closed on it. And you're being led to this realization that these are lessons that you needed, because they're leading to the blessings of your abundance. And part of that abundance is not just your material abundance, but it's also your social fabric. All right? You've got the Turkey spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. That pile number 2 is a confirmation for you, because part of the lesson that you learned through this experience is that when you have opened up and been generous with others, when you've really, for all the best reasons and intentions, shared yourself, shared your love, shared your body, shared your resources, shared your ideas, your expertise, Spirit doesn't want you to give up on that, because that is integral to who you are. It is a part of your character, your fabric. And Spirit is saying, don't pull back, because your harvest is coming, and it will come through, again, this like-minded group, the realization of the bounty and the blessings of your efforts. So continue to give with gratitude and grace. All right, you will do it in perhaps in your part of your evolution, and judgment coming in. You will do it with a more keen eye toward what is more beneficial toward you. It won't be haphazard. Here, take it, give it. I got it. Here you go. It'll be more thoughtful. It'll be more in alignment with people who and causes and situations that really speak to you, and you can feel and sense, because of that judgment card, that it's the right thing to do in the right direction for you to go in. It says, I begin each day with knowing I am enough. That's a direct message from your spirit team. I begin each day knowing I am enough. That takes me back a little bit to part 2 of what Spirit was giving me with that 7 of Swords, whether it was internal or external. So for some of you that may be dealing with that internal self-sabotage, self-deception, self-doubt, that message is for you. You begin each day saying you are enough. The message on the back here says, when we embrace the truth that we are already everything we need to be, something inside of us unlocks. On the deepest level, we see our so-called flaws and limitations without judgment. Without judgment. Listen up, you all, right? I love it. We recognize that our worth is based on our fundamental essence of being, not on our successes or setbacks. After reading this, note your reaction. Which parts resonated and which parts stirred up resistance? I'm going to hold that up for you all for a second in case somebody wants to screenshot that. I'll reflect on that later. All right? So really, this is your evolution. Pile number 2 is, there's a journey that you've been on, and some of the stuff caused you to doubt, but your evolution in that judgment is understanding that you will reap the harvest. These were lessons, and those lessons are leading to your blessings, the realization that this was leading you to your blessing. And your blessing comes from giving. Your blessing, pile number 2, comes from having a generous spirit. Generous not just with things, but generous in your prayers, your energy, your intentions, your thoughts towards other. A spirit of generosity is what leads to your blessings and your evolution, and being able to really have the fulfillment of the collective that you need and should have. You have a broken wing ring here, and it says parting of the ways, either in romance or a business. Here we go again with these confirmations. Different deck. Check out the messaging there. A broken wing, a ring. I keep saying wing. A broken ring. So this is parting ways with someone or something. Due to that, perhaps deception. And notice again, closing the door, the completion. So that if someone broke a commitment to you, if in fact, this is now flipping back to whether it was internal or external deception. If this is external, then that door is being closed. And that broken commitment, that recognizing, and notice it says whether it is in romance or business, either or, because the ring is a symbol of commitment. It's a symbol of a bond. It's a symbol of, connectedness and being on the same page. So wherever that started, this is the evolution. The evolution is you being able to put it into perspective. You have the bull. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. All right? There's a loud and clear message. Do not back down. Show strength and fortitude. And you will get more of that through this collective, through the people who support you, through the realization of just how enough you are, how what you bring to the table in your relationships, in business, in life, it is of value. And your value multiplies based on your ability to not shrivel, but to continue to stand it strongly in your ability to be gracious, to be generous, and to be wise. Because that judgment and those lessons are your evolution is you are becoming much, much wiser. Pile number 2. All right. And your blessings are all coming. This situation comes to a close. You stand strong, stand tall, know that you're enough, and welcome the harvest that comes your way. Okay? All right, pile number 2. That was powerful. I would love to hear from you. Love to hear your feedback on that. All right, and finally, we're going to wrap up with pile number 3. Those of you who were drawn to the rose quartz angel, let's see your evolution. Let me take a quick sip of water. All right, you're starting out with the hermit. So your evolution could be, a lot of you could be really knee deep into learning. You may have been drawn to the angel because you're very deep into your spiritual studies. Your spiritual studies is a discipline for you because the hermit is an energy of the quest, the eternal quest. And it is about discipline. It is about not being afraid to go in search of answers. 4 of Swords confirms that. See, she's sort of there in the nest of her own making, resting. There's your evolution right now, pile number 3. I can see going into this, and again, I don't even know what's coming. I'm holding these cards, but right off the bat, the way you're starting, it feels like your evolution is very much tied to a journey, a spiritual journey, and it's one that you are dedicating yourself to wholeheartedly, like wholeheartedly. You've got the 10 of Pentacles here. It feels like it's a way of life for you. The 10 of Pentacles is like a zenith, a culmination of stability, of having everything that you need. And you have 2 10s back to back. Wow. 10 of Swords. So 10s, numerically, 10s come out to a 1. 1 plus 0 equals 1. There is a new journey, a fulfillment, a level of study and knowledge that you've reached the fullness of that potential. You have everything that you need, and now you're getting clarity on what's next. That's part of your evolution. You have a beginner's mind, first breath. I love that. Spirit is definitely coming through here because this culmination of what you already know and you've already learned and you know you can rely on, you're in search of what's next. You're very curious, you're very open, and you're very gifted. And Spirit is saying they want you to don't take all of that into account. Everything that's happened, everything that you have, everything that you've learned, take all of that into account, but get ready for your beginner's mind. Sit tight and go in the quest of what else is calling you, because something else is calling you. You have the lower world. Some of you may be interested in shamanic studies. But this is of the 3 piles, this one is coming through really strong from a spiritual angle. Like there is a calling that you have. There could even be that you are developing your spiritual talents to be of service to others, to actually put it into motion and implement it. You have from a past life Asia showing up. So that may ping some of you. If it doesn't, you may think about Asiatic studies because again, the hermit is always learning, always on the quest, always following Spirit's guidance. This guidance for you all is the lower world is not by any means dark, although it often, you think of the shadows because it does reflect a lot of what is not seen. But the lower world is also where you find the foundation for a lot of cultural principles and cultural studies and dynamics in energetic dynamics, spiritual dynamics that help support the middle world, this physical world that we live in. There's a lot of animal medicine in the lower world. Again, that's why I said some of you may be interested in shamanic studies where you journey into the lower world to interact with ancestors and animals and those who understand the nature of the earthly realm in a way that you can then use and study and make use of. There's a pause here, and it says going into thoughtfulness and mindfulness. That's very tied to, hold that up for you, that's very tied to that Four Swords, right? That resting and being sort of in the nest energy. So there is a need, your evolution right now, pile number 3, Spirit is saying, this is a time for you to pause and gather, because you're entering into the beginner's mind. You're taking stock of what you already know, what you've already done, what you've already journeyed for, etc. And you're preparing. Your evolution you're being prepared for your next step. You've got purity here with the snow moon. There's a search for what is good and what is right. I also feel like that's why you were drawn to this angel, this rose quartz angel. There's many of you are light workers, and I know that's a we use that phrase almost too much these days. I think we just slap it on everything, but really you are able to see, to go into other regions, bring back information and knowledge, and then use it in a way that purifies the energy in the world and the world around you. It is being, and purity also, they're telling me, is another word for you for truth. Being really true to something, being really in its pureness. The Hermit is ruled by Virgo, the Virgin, liking things pure, liking things real, liking things in their true essence and authenticity. That's what it is. This purity is about. It's authenticity. It is the real deal. And for you all, your spiritual quest, your thirst for knowledge, the way you want to live your life is very tied to purity. It's very tied to authenticity, to what is real, what is true, what you know for sure. You have a turtle spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. This is a lifetime endeavor for you all, pile number 3. Your spiritual quest, your spiritual journey, and the beginner's mind will always be a part of you. You will always be someone who can incorporate certain lessons of what you learn, ideas and appreciation for history and what is, but then taking that and taking it to the next level. So there's a slow and steady, meaning don't overwhelm yourself. Take all the time. They're basically saying you have a lifetime. It is a part of what you came here in this lifetime to do, is to take in this information, to learn it, to study it, to witness it, to experience it, and then transmute it into something that is more lasting, that it spreads the information to others. I have everything I need within myself. That ties in so well to the Hermit's energy, where very often it is a solitary quest. Need the self, the pause within the self. I have everything I need within myself. You have the power to embody that. And it's not about separation. You can have a life full of people and full of social things, etc. But in your spiritual quest, in your soul's quest, you are very keenly aware that this is your journey. And you have everything you need. You also are all, if you were drawn to this, your evolution, part of it is learning your own authority, you all. You were not meant to just follow someone else's teachings or advice. You're meant to get those teachings and advice and then use them to your own aims, to your own abilities. Make some decisions for yourself about how you're going to live and embody what you learn. You're not a copycat. You learn by example perhaps, but you're not trying to follow someone else's way of doing things. You're not meant to do that. It says, bring to mind a time when you faced a daunting situation where you used your wisdom, skills, or abilities. Which qualities did you draw upon, and how did they support you? Now think about a current situation where you can apply this same self-reliance and trust in yourself. Picture yourself approaching this circumstance with the knowledge that you already possess everything you need to handle it. And what are you discovering about yourself? Talk about evolution. Let me hold that up if you want to screenshot it. That is your evolution. That is where you are right now from Spirit's perspective. It's understanding that being self-reliant, knowing that you have everything that you need, every resource that you need to learn more, discover more, is have that beginner's mind, is definitely a part of your purpose and your mission. You have ant medicine, work, achievement, and success. How about that? Ant medicine, work, achievement, and success. That has to do as well with taking your time. That turtle spirit, right? Slow and steady wins the race, because you are building on your body of knowledge. You're building on you're building your success. That is your evolution, and you are achieving, but you don't sit on it. Once you achieve one level, you're ready for the next. That first breath, that first mind, and you have a timetable here, or a timing element. February. That could be some of your birthdays, somebody who's significant to you, their birthday, but somehow February plays a role here. And it could also be that sometime your evolution between now and February will be a big, you're going to see a big difference, or a big shift in your spiritual evolution between now and next February 2025. All right. Okay, you all. I hope that was helpful. It felt so powerful. I would love to hear your feedback about it. And just know that you have an authority. You have a unique and interesting authority in your spirit. I get the impression that many of you, your past lives, you came here with some very fundamental spiritual knowledge. I'm thinking about that as well with the Asia card that came for you. May want to study that or check into that. What were spiritual practices out of Asia? And for some reason that's here for you. You'll understand that. But yes, moving forward with that first breath, your beginner's mind, you are on the journey. You are meant to evolve spiritually, because for you, it's about learning your own unique authority, your own unique talent and achievement and success, especially in the spiritual realm, because you will do it in a way that is true, that is right, and that brings light to the world, that angel energy. Okay? All right, you all. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to bring it back up to say goodbye. There we go. All right. I hope that was helpful. I had an absolute ball doing it as usual. I'm always challenged when I do my pick of cards, because I never know what I'm heading into. But I love that. And I love Spirit. Spirit always confirms, like, we see the stories, we see how they evolve. So I wish you the absolute best for this full moon in Capricorn and beyond. And I'll talk to you real soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye.